So as we've seen in some programs, we have variables with the same names in different locations, and their scopes are different. We can kind of do a somewhat similar thing with functions, in terms of we can use the same function name, but just change a couple things, and now they're different functions without changing the name. And basically what we'd be changing is the return types and the parameter list. Alright, let's take a quick look at that. And we have two functions here in this program which we looked at previously. FindSum, which takes two integers as input and returns an integer. We have getInput, which takes a reference parameter as an integer, takes two other integers for its high and low ranges. So it's going to prompt the user for a value between, an integer value between low and high, and return true or false whether it was actually between that range of inputs. So let's go ahead and start overloading these. And what I mean by that, I can copy these two. Alright, right now they're identical. I'm going to change FindSum. Let's say I want to find the sum now of doubles. So I want this to have double inputs. Alright, if I just use this one with the integers, I lose the decimal place. At least this way I could keep my decimal places. Alright, so now the function has the same name, but it's expecting doubles. GetInput, right, still needs to return a bool, but its sum now is going to be a double, or the input I mean is going to be a double, and the range that it needs to validate are doubles. So again, now I have overloaded two functions. Alright, FindSum originally took integers, now it's taking doubles, and GetInput took all integers, now it's dealing with all doubles. Alright, and how the compiler knows which one to call is based on the data that's provided to it. Value 1 is an integer, so it knows to call the integer. The GetInput has an integer input. Same thing with the other two. So these three are inputs, these three arguments are integers, so it knows to call the integer version. If I mix doubles and integers, you might get some warnings and compile errors from that. Same thing with FindSum. So I can copy this entire thing up here and make it all double values, and everything would work just fine because it would call the double value versions. But before we do any of that, we need to create the functions. So the functions do need to be there, right? Because it all does need to work with the other data types. These are all integers. Right, so we need to change them to doubles. Alright, the sum is going to be a double. That's all set, and these three are doubles. And what else we got to change here? That's good, that's good, that's good. Everything should be good that way. And we won't do as many as we did up here. Alright, and well, actually we do have to do all this code again. So now we're going to change them and deal with doubles. Alright, so we'll see first it run with integers, then we'll see it run with doubles. Alright, so the only thing I'm going to change is some variables here. We'll call this val1 and the other one val2. And then we need a results. Okay, we need the sum. The sum D, we'll call it for double. Alright, so this is going to change to val1. This will change to val2. And this is going to be val1 and val2. And the sum D. Alright. And let's put in some different values here. 0 point, let's change this from 1.5 to 10.5. Right. 1.5 to 10.5. Same thing down here, we just put a half on each of these. Alright, and then we compile and run it. We'll see he'll prompt us for the integers, give us the proper integer results, and then we'll prompt us for doubles. Alright, and here we go. So we showed once that the integer works, right, in terms of the ranges, so we just put some valid values in. Oh, that's the first one was invalid. Oops, sorry. So there we go. So we got our results. Now it's asking for the doubles. So here I'm going to put in just a 1, and it should prompt me again because it's less than 1.5. So I'm going to put 1.6. Right, so it captures that. So you can see that they're going to work. And we'll put one that's in the valid range. Right, and we got a 20 because, let's see, should have added the 15 plus the 1 is 16. So where did I screw up in my function here? val2, adding up val1, adding val2, the sum going there. Oh, I outputted the sum here. There we go. So quickly recompile that again, just to show you that it is working properly, the decimal places. Alrighty, here we go. Some quick integers. Right, 18, that's correct. 1.5, that's going to be correct. And the 15.6, let's say, and it gives you the 17.1, which 15 plus the 1 is 16, and 0.5 plus the 0.6 is another 1.1, so it gets you to 17.1. So function overloading is simply just being able to use a function name more than once, but they do have to differ by the parameter list. This takes integers, this one takes doubles and gives you the double results. Alright, and reference parameters can be any data type, of course, and this one's all working with doubles, where this one worked with all integers.